Israel Straight Talk. I'm your host, Avi Abelo. Just recently, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was interviewed by the British Telegraph newspaper. And in it, he basically said the following: Israel will not be another Czechoslovakia of 1938. What did he mean to say? The Western world, which basically then was Britain, France, and Italy, capitulated to Hitler and basically accepted giving him Czechoslovakia in order to prevent a war. What does that mean? 100% appeasement. They tried to appease one of the most evil people to have existed in the 20th century, believing that appeasing him and giving him Czechoslovakia, as he said, belonged to the German people, would put off a war. One of the biggest mistakes that, in a sense, not only did not stop World War II from taking place, but whetted Hitler's appetite, and he knew he could move forward and push over the Western world. Well, here we are today, and Prime Minister Ariel Sharon said this a few years ago, and now Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is saying it again. Israel will not be another Czechoslovakia. The Western world should not dream of appeasing the Islamic Jihad, going after Western civilization by throwing Israel under the bus and making us cut up our land and hand it over to other terrorists and Islamic jihadists who are really not just after Israel, but really going after the whole Western world. Now, the most ironic aspect of all this is the foreign minister of Czechoslovakia said that is not a fair assumption. And the reason he said it's not a fair assumption is because the settlements belong to the Palestinians. Well, anyone who's been watching Israel Straight Talk knows already that the foreign minister of Czechoslovakia does not know his history. He should go back to the books and read his facts, because again, this land is legally, according to international law, in addition to historically, belong to the Jewish people. And that is totally a total lie. But yeah, no appeasement. You don't appease terrorists, you don't appease people who use terror, you don't appease people who try to delegitimize you in the international arena using every other thing. When you're supposed to have peace talks, have peace talks. And Prime Minister Netanyahu said it best: Israel will not be another Czechoslovakia of 1938. Help us make the world a better place. Help us get that message across. Help us get the message across to all your Western governments. Appeasement is not just wrong from a moral perspective, it's wrong from a tactical and strategical perspective. It'll only lead to the further downfall of the West and the arms of the Islamic Jihad that is rising day by day. Thank you for joining us today on Israel Straight Talk. Any questions or comments, please write them on facebook.com/Israel Straight Talk. We look forward to seeing you next time.